Hey, everybody, this is T Ray from H10 Hanshin Tigers English News. If you don't know that yet, it means you've missed out on a ton of good video footage from myself and also my main man right over here, Sanjay. How you doing, brother?
Aloha, brother T-Ray. Aloha, aloha, aloha.
Hey, it's always good to see your face. We recorded episode 148 of the podcast a couple of days ago, and it is just about to come out. So either you're watching this just before you listen, or you listened and then you watch this, or both, or neither. Hopefully, you're getting both of those in your ears. And I hope that you enjoy sitting and listening to us or watching us gab for a few more minutes about our Hanshin Tigers. So today is May the 3rd. We recorded, as I said, on Sunday, right after the Tigers won their sixth straight game against the Giants. Today, they pulled off a miracle, came from behind. It was 3-0, and they won 4-3. So really exciting results for. Oh, that was the farm team. That was the farm team. The farm team did come back from 3-0 today against the Carp, and they won 4-3. So good for them. Actually, our guys were down 3-0 as well, and I was hoping to catch a come from behind in that one as well. No guy. 3-0 loss. This breaks the 6-game winning streak. This is our 7th shutout loss of the season. How many of those are against the Swallows, my man?
Too many?
4. How many different starting pitchers have shut us out, my man? 4.
4.
Yes. Takahashi, Ishikawa, and today Ogawa. They weren't all complete game shutouts for a single pitcher, but 4 shutouts to the Swallows' arms. If you told me that a couple of years ago, I would have laughed you out of the room because the Swallows pitching was atrocious. Now, I didn't get to watch a lot of today's game, but I've heard I just heard the commentators at the end. They just said like Ryan Ogawa just was on. There wasn't very much that the Tigers could have hit. They did get some hits. They did have a couple chances, but they just weren't able to come through. Your thoughts, Sanjay?
Well, actually, we did well against Ryan Ogawa the first time we faced him. And that was when I think we were being aggressive in swinging at the first strikes. And today we weren't doing that. Ogawa was pumping every single first pitch in for a decent strike. And he really was untouchable. He had it all today.
Well, there you have it. So I was actually thinking about our man Umeno, who has now it was not including today. Nothing happened with him today because he didn't play, but he's hit into 8 double plays. And I noticed a kind of a pattern. Oftentimes he is getting himself behind in the count. And with 2 strikes on him and maybe 1 ball, maybe 2, he's hitting these feeble grounders that are just perfectly to the second baseman or the shortstop. And it's a nice and easy double play. And Sakamoto did it today. He hit into a double play. So that would be the 9th from one of our catchers. I don't want to dwell too much on this loss other than to just say, come on, Tigers, like 7 shutout losses already, just 32 games into the season. That's not a good pace. Umeno's 8 double plays, also not a good pace. We need to clean up some of this stuff that's happening. I think that we did have at least a chance or two to put some runs or a run up today. And most of these shutout losses, we had chances and simply could not come through when we needed to. And so I don't know if that's luck, if that's lack of skill, if that's poor coaching, poor hitting, great pitching from the other team, but I don't like it.
Well, I think we got all our shutout losses out of the way to the Swallows. No more the rest of this year.
Well, let's just say we got all of our shutout losses out of the way from everybody. So, in some ways though, man, like, okay, I know that every team has good pitchers and we can't use this as an excuse, but we have faced a lot of really good pitchers this year. It just seems like, we went up against Morishita. We went up against Yanagi. We've gone up against Sugano several times, Ono a few times. Takahashi of the Swallows is very underrated. He actually is a very good pitcher and could easily make his way to 10 plus wins this season if he stays healthy. So, yeah, part of it is we've faced some really tough pitching, but I think really our hitters just need to step it up a notch. Let's not dwell on that though, man. Let's go back and talk a little bit about this 6-game win streak because that's a lot more fun. People want to see us smiling, not agonizing during these videos. So let's go back to April the 24th, where it started. We were actually just coming off a shutout loss to the Swallows at Jingu. We lost 1-0 on the 23rd. The 24th, we turned things right around and put up 11 runs against them. That is good for a season high. That also includes 16 hits. Very exciting game. We actually had 3 home runs in this one. 2 of them I would dare say were extremely unexpected from very unlikely customers, right?
Yep, that's right.
So Nakano hit his first of this season, his second career home run, also his second career home run at Jingu Stadium. So maybe there's something about that ballpark, short porches maybe, that allows him to hit the long ball there. But also, Ryuhei Obata hit his very first career home run for the Hanshin Tigers. So that was also quite cool to see. And of course, the third one in that game came off the bat of none other than Sato.
Sato.
Yes. So we take a day off and there was a rain out on the Tuesday. It wasn't even an Aoyagi scheduled start, but we faced the Dragons for a couple and we win both, which is nice vengeance when you think about how things went in their barn the last time we faced them. So we got 3 runs and only allowed 1 thanks to a gem out of Nishi, plus the relievers coming in and being nice and clutch in this one as well. Was this a game, man, that Iwazaki? No, it isn't. I was gonna say it's the game that he got the 2 strikeouts at the end that just really gave the whole team and all the fans confidence. It was the next game that happened.
Yeah.
But just that, nevertheless, it was a nice solid win. Not a lot of power from either team, and the same thing happened the next day when we won 3-2. This is the one when Iwazaki came in the 9th inning and gave up the leadoff double to Viciedo, and then the next hitter, Abe, grounded to first. So we had 1 out and a runner on third. And everyone was thinking, oh no, a couple of good right-handed hitters coming up against left-handed Iwazaki, but he froze them both. So that was like super exciting. I think that was then our 3rd straight win, which was a season high win streak for us right there.
Yeah, that's the one where I think Yano was saying that his hands were all sweaty from like just gripping them with excitement and worry at the same time.
Yeah, but it definitely felt like good to be a Tigers fan for possibly the first time this season. I mean, any given win is fun, but when you get on a roll like this, and especially when you win a close game for the first time, seems like the first time all season, a close game went our way. And then just the way that it ended with those 2, backward Ks was really cool. But we go into Tokyo Dome and I was fearing for the worst, like there's nothing like a trip to the Dome to sap the life out of the Tigers. And definitely that's normally the case because for the first time in 9 years, my man, we swept them in their barn in a 3-game series during the regular season. So, and it wasn't just any old sweeping. I mean, it was an old fashioned whooping, right? The first game was close. The first game was really close. It was what, 3-2? Yeah, for us. That was against Sugano, and we got those 3 runs. I guess we got 2 of them on a Sato home run against Sugano. Absolute no doubter. Man, Tokyo Dome had their what was it called? The Jiu Shiten, right? Like the free angle cameras going. There were like 80 video cameras around the dome. And then within 3 seconds, they were able to recreate these kind of moving replays where you could see the same replay from any angle you wanted or multiple angles in one kind of smooth stitched together video. Yeah, so I watched that. I watched that Sato home run like probably at least 24 times. I don't know about you.
And they promptly sat Sugano down after that.
Yeah, exactly. And he actually has been deactivated. So I don't know if that's good or not because we've already given him 2 losses this season. But anyhow, I remember like thinking towards the later innings, I was like, we need an extra run here because 2-1, which it was at the time, it may not be enough. Oyama with a big home run in the 8th, and thankfully so because Okamoto hit one in the bottom of the 9th. So it was 3-2. And so it was, I guess, somewhat close at the end. But after that home run, Aoyagi just mowed him down to complete his game, right? I mean, he struck out 2 and induced a grounder to second. And so he went 129 pitches, a little bit high, but hey, it gives him another 9-inning outing. And he's just looking unbelievable this year.
He was masterful.
Yeah, what to say? I mean, I think the combination of him being a ground ball pitcher, but also just him being on top of his game meant that even the Giants didn't really stand much of a chance. The Giants, by the way, were coming in doing fairly well in this one, and they actually looked pretty good in the next game, at least through, we'll say, I don't know, 5 innings, because they were leading 2-1. They got a couple on Wilkerson early, and they took him out of the game after 5 because his pitch count was already 105. But we scrapped together to tie the game in the 6th inning. And then the the floodgates opened in the 7th, right? I mean, their reliever just basically handed it to us and said, here's 6 walks
Yeah.
and add a couple of hits in there, or one hit, I believe, if I'm looking at the records correctly, one hit amongst 6 walks got us the 6 runs, though. I think there might have been an error or a fielder's choice or something in there as well. No, 2 hits, pardon me.
2 hits, Nakano and
Yeah.
Itoi.
Right. Yeah, Itoi had 2 at-bats that inning. That's what confused me. Okay. But anyways, sweet game. And we should also mention that another one of our guys got his first home run of the season. That would be Yamamoto. And so that was really cool to see as well. 10-3 win. And then we cap it off with Sunday's big 8-1 win. And that one also was really good to see. The hero of this game is indisputably Junya Nishi.
Yes.
Right? Making his 2022 debut and just looking masterful. His first inning was a little bit shaky. And then after that, aside from the big bomb to Walker, and they could not touch the kid. I mean, they had one single after that home run, and that was wiped out by a double play right after. So, yeah, just really well done. And he looked really comfortable and really happy on the mound. And then off the mound, when Itoi hit that go ahead, the insurance runs in the 8th inning.
8th inning.
Yes. Yeah. Man, that was really cool to see. Just great.
The
Jun in Junya kind of means pure, and you could just kind of see like that pure joy in his face and in his attitude on the mound on that day. So another exciting thing about the Hanshin Tigers, despite the fact that right now we are 10 wins, 21 losses, and 1 tie, good for last place, 2.5, I believe, hoping the Bay Stars continue to lose this game today. 2.5 back of the Bay Stars for 5th, and what is it? 10 back of the Giants? 9 back of the Giants? I think 9, right?
9.5, something like that. Yeah.
Whatever it is not insurmountable. It is still a long road to victory at the end of the season, but we hope that you stick around with us as we continue to bring you the Tigers news in English. Sanjay, any final thoughts or comments about this team, about today's game, about the upcoming schedule, anything?
It's going to get better and better as we go along. The team is gelling.
I think that we are in for a lot of pleasant surprises, and for all of the heartache that we had earlier in the season, I think it's going to come back to us, and we will be rewarded for our patience with this team. They will be rewarded for their perseverance as well. So stick with us, subscribe to this channel, join us on all the other socials, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, the website, the Patreon, all that good stuff. It's all down in the show notes. Thank you, Sanjay, for joining me for this. And if you enjoy these videos, please do make sure that you leave a comment, give us a thumbs up, all that good stuff. You know how it works. Have a good one, everyone.